I've been playing in this sim save that I have lovingly named the Nightmare Legacy Challenge for a long time now. I actually played through a full 10 generations in this save file for a YouTube series, and then I wanted to take a little bit of a break from the nightmare and try something different, so I sent my sims to university. And those sims are about to graduate college, so they're gonna need a new place to live when they finish school, and I'm also gonna need a new Let's Play to do when they finish school. So I was thinking that it might be fun to try and start fresh, like start a brand new Nightmare Legacy Challenge, keeping with the same sims, but just pretending that we're back at generation 1 instead of generation 11. I played in the same lot in Oasis Springs across the street from the land grabs for 10 generations. So I'm very excited at the thought of moving and doing something different and just kind of having something fresh going on. So right now I'm picturing my sims moving to Copperdale, and I'm trying to be a little bit realistic about like budget stuff. So while normally when you start a legacy challenge you have 1,800 simoleons, I'm gonna give them starter home money. They're gonna have college degrees, so they're gonna make a lot of money anyway, and one of their moms is a famous actress. So we can pretend that she helped them out a little bit, which honestly is also realistic because how else is a person meant to afford a house in this economy? But anyway, I've got some ideas for inspiration here. So I kind of like the thought of living in a townhouse. Obviously we can't really do this in The Sims, but I've done this kind of thing before where I build a fake one and then just have my sims live in like half of it. I really liked this one, how there was two very different color schemes next to each other. This is another option of some very different ones all together in a row. So I kind of think I want to build something like this. Problem is, this is only a 20 by 15 lot, so we can't fit a lot here. I think that's probably a good thing because I kind of like the idea of them living in a very small space, at least at first. And then maybe later we could pretend that they like bought the place next door and expanded into it and then kind of renovate the house that way. I don't know. I just kind of like the idea of some sort of renovation project for them. I like these little pretend stories that I can give to my sims. But here's the thing. These are gonna have to be really small. I kind of want to make them 3 stories. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe 2 stories is fine. But here's the thing. These houses are gonna have to be really, really small. So we're pretending that our sims will just live in one half of this, and then I'm gonna make an empty shell next door. I'm not 100% certain if I want it to be 3 stories or not. I think I might just do 2. There is some space to the left, so maybe I could give us a little bit of a yard that they can share. I'm not really 100% sure what I'm doing here with this, so you're gonna have to bear with me while I figure it out. One of the pictures had some kind of cute dormers, but I don't know if I want to do that or not. You know what? What if they were slightly more different than this, and we had one of them have dormers on that second floor, and the other one can have like a flat rooftop? Because if we had a rooftop, the sims could use it. How cute would it be if we had a rooftop that was like actually accessible by my sims? These might need to be fake dormers. They look kind of weird. Even the fake ones look kind of weird, but I don't know. We shall see. I think it's really fun to try and envision these 2 houses. I'm not really 100% sure how I should go about doing this. Oh, maybe the roof can only be accessed by a ladder or like some sort of outside staircase, almost like a fire escape. Oh, you know what? Maybe the roof can only be accessed by a ladder or like an outside staircase, like a fire escape. Should I make them taller? Like medium wall height everywhere? It does look kind of weird, but it also might end up being kind of cool. Maybe I can make it even smaller. Oh my God, why does it look like this? Why are these doors so short? Even the Strangerville doors seem really short to me. Maybe I could use like a cute yellow one. Wouldn't that be adorable if we had like kind of a fun colored door on our house? And maybe the neighbors have like a different door, but similar vibes. Okay, current thoughts on the right side. I don't know. This is sort of what I'm thinking about right now. I'm not sure if it's ugly or not. And then I was picturing that this one would be brick, maybe some sort of like older looking brick. And I thought that ours would also be brick, but maybe like a painted brick. So ours could be plain white. Maybe? Oh no, this is like so ugly, isn't it? Maybe there should be like a really short half wall up there. Nothing huge, just a small little half wall. It could maybe even be a fence instead, because I'm not sure about this wall. If it were a fence, it would probably be a little bit more interestingly shaped. It's at least thicker if it's a fence. No, it's bad. Keep the half wall, Kayla, keep the half wall. It's better this way. We could put some things like a vent, maybe some pipes. I don't know, stuff that you might find on a real life rooftop. top. But then I'm kind of picturing that we could also sneak some chairs up there or something. I think it might have to have a ladder instead of a staircase, but we can do the ladder over there. Then it's kind of hidden as well. Okay, next question. Should we have a little front yard? I don't know. I'm not sure about the fences. Oh no, none of the flower boxes really match the vibes that I'm going for. I realize that's kind of dramatic to say, but I don't think I want to have a plain white house. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Just because it's plain white on the outside doesn't mean that it won't be pretty and colorful on the inside. Oh, the column really bothers me. Look at that. I can't like put it all the way. That's so annoying. Should there be maybe some more of this? We're gonna have to come up with something for that. Or maybe I could just let this part be weird. I don't know. Is it cool to have two different foundations? Or is that the kind of thing that should be the same across the whole place? Not sure. I don't know. I don't know what's best. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh my gosh. I want this to be smaller. I need to have a staircase that goes right there. And then inside, obviously, this is extremely small. Okay, we don't have a lot of room to work with, but I'm picturing that the kitchen will go back here in this little nook. Or, well, actually, I'm not sure. Let me think about some countertop placement really quickly, because it might be cute if we had the kitchen like this, because your Sims can still walk through there. I assume the living room will be kind of like this somehow. So we'll put the TV like over here. Again, probably different furniture than this, but you know, this is good for now. And then we could put the dining table in this little nook back here. They probably don't even need to have a proper dining table. We could probably get away with putting like a bathroom or something downstairs. Because if we have the kitchen island, do you really need to have a dining table? Maybe this could be the bathroom and it could be a nice big kitchen. And then upstairs, oh my goodness. Okay. Upstairs, we have one bedroom. Maybe this is the bathroom, this small space upstairs. We can have a door to the outside from right here because we're gonna need to have access to the rooftop somehow. So we can do a little door right there. My Sims are interested in robotics and writing. So we need to have somewhere to put the robotics thing. And then like, what if we have a baby? We need space for that. Oh no. Okay, well this is gonna make for a really adorable office space and we can get a big archway in there so it feels kind of open. And there could be like a secondary office up here. We could put like a desk in the hallway. Spending all this money on walls and fences is probably a bad idea, but I kind of want to have a little garden like we talked about. Okay, I say that and then I buy more walls. But wouldn't it be cute if we had something over here? This part looks really weird. Okay, but what if we did this and we didn't have that side yard that we talked about? We only have like a little tiny front yard. We have to keep in mind that I am building this as a starter home. So like we want it to be small. It's okay if there's not a lot of space. The goal here is that eventually we can grow into a bigger, different building. It's just that right now that's not looking like it's that far away. Okay, in our little front yard, I kind of want to put some gravel. And I think it would be cute if we had a little table or something outside. I'm trying to think of ways that I can bring in some more color because there isn't really a lot right now. And I think that these two Sims would definitely have a very colorful and cutesy house. This isn't the Sim, by the way. That's just some random lady. She's like a test Sim. She's just here to help with the budget. All right, let's get to thinking about this. So step one, I think I'd like to get some kind of fancy wood floors. I'm imagining this is a very old house, and so they would have like some fancy old flooring in here. I would love to use this pretty growing together tile too. I'm not sure what color I want to use it in. I'm okay with everything in here being kind of bright. We can match that yellow front door with like a little yellow bathroom. Maybe we can base the entire living room off of a rug. Like we could find a kind of fun one, maybe not this one, but we could try and find a cute color scheme on a rug and then base everything else kind of around it. Some of these are a little bit much for me, I won't lie. I don't know if I like that. I'm kind of looking for like some cute pastels almost. This one I actually kind of like a lot. Maybe we could do that and then we could have like a blue, yellow, and pink color scheme in here. These little cabinets do come in yellow. Oh, and they have that little blue curtain on them too. I guess I need to figure out if I want this to be like an old house that has been updated or if I just want it to be an old house, because I feel like this rug is kind of a bit more modern, but I don't know if I want the whole house to be like that or not, so I'm kind of unsure. I do love this sofa, to be honest. It being white and having like the yellow and the pink on it is kind of perfect. I so do not have the money for this. I know, I was trying to make a starter home. I really set out thinking I was gonna make a starter home, and now all of a sudden I've got this like really fancy house and I'm spending all my money. But like, isn't that kind of cute? It's kind of cute. Okay, I've changed my mind about cabinets though. I don't think I want to use these ones. I think I will do those cottage living ones still. I'll put the sink in the island, then we can have a little stove. I'm not picking the most expensive appliances, but I'm also not picking the cheapest ones. See, this would be like the perfect time to use this frame painting, but it's 3,000 simoleons. So that's kind of excessive, and it leaves me with 192 left, which is really bad and not what I was picturing. But I don't know, maybe we could do it. We've got a rich mom. Our rich mom is paying for it, okay? She bought us a frame TV. Now, obviously, a frame TV is a priority when it comes to providing for your children. How would we survive without one? We wouldn't. Exactly. Okay, this rug's not working anymore. Sorry, it wasn't gonna match. I have to pick something different, but I don't know what to use. Actually, one of these growing together ones might be okay. That kind of brings in more of the pink, maybe? Oh, wait, that's kind of cute. I'm thinking about curtains first. It is possible that we could try and do like a blue curtain somehow, because this comes in blue. It's just not really the same. I don't know. I don't really like it. So maybe I could try and get a blue lamp or something. That one's kind of funky looking. That might be cute. To be completely honest with you, I have sort of given up on the budget situation, so maybe I could get some clutter. Coat rack is a nice touch. Okay, what kind of bar stools are we using? Should I do pink? I did say I needed more pink over here. I can't pick a kitchen pendant. All the pendants are too high. Like, that looks ridiculous. But most of the ones that we have that could work as kitchen pendants are better for short wall height. There's a couple things, like we could maybe use these, but that's not really speaking to me. Let me see if I can make them a little bit better. Okay, well, glad to know that you like the house, random lady. Can you get out, please? Put the book away. There is this really beautiful tile. I know it's blue, and the problem is it's all blue and yellow here, and it's all pink and yellow here, and I'm trying to like meld them, but I do love how that tile looks. Oh my gosh, look at how cute this little bakery case is. Come on, we have to use that. We have no choice but to use that. It's too cute. I was thinking about putting some pink art here, but I think that is almost like a little bit too cutesy. You know what might be cute that matches this house? I don't know if it's got a pink swatch, but there are some adorable little plant swatches on this item that might make for some nice little kitchen decor. Even if it's not pink, it's still cute. Placing stuff on coffee tables, I have always found so annoying. I don't know what it is, because it really isn't that big of a deal, and I'm so dramatic about it, but like, there's something about doing coffee tables that feels worse than kitchen counters. I think that's a good amount of clutter on the table though. I would like to get some sort of art going up the staircase, and we do have some options. There's also this thing. This is like some diplomas. We could probably use that because they're gonna have graduated university. But one of these gallery walls, oh, it's like the wrong way. I was gonna try and pretend it was going up the stairs, but it's like angled incorrectly, because that would have been really cute actually. Well, that's just great. It doesn't even fit. Maybe I could put some other stuff in it. What is that? I guess this is from the paranormal stuff pack. So there's some slightly paranormal things in it. Does that look nice, or is it like extremely obvious that it was a default gallery wall that I added stuff to? I think it looks nice, right? That's fine. Okay, I will paint most of the walls just plain white, but like with some fancy trim. That helps with the old house vibes that I'm sort of going for. And then look at this little shelf of clutter stuff. It's got all the pink, but it also has the blue and yellow. It kind of fits the exact color scheme. I always forget about that thing from Tiny Living. I'll probably need to use more Tiny Living stuff upstairs. Or well, at least that thing. I'll use that thing. I've got this idea to try and make like a joint desk. We can try and build almost like a fake L-shaped desk for them. I'm completely out of money again, so that's not good. But we could give like maybe a laptop here, and then we could put perhaps a more serious PC setup on the other one. I'm not sure if it being L-shaped makes sense even. Like, would it be better to just have them in a line? I don't know. I like the idea of the L-shaped desk. And I like the idea of trying to decorate each half of the desk for each of my Sims. So I'm starting off by putting some bookshelves in the corner, almost like a hutch on the desk. And now I'm going through and picking out all of the desk clutter that I think I want to use. There's actually a lot more stuff that I want to use than I thought. So I don't know if this is gonna work, but I've got a vision, okay? You know, that candle is probably a slight fire hazard, but that's okay. Just don't worry about it, all right? So that can be Dory's writing desk. And then my other Sim, April, is into like robotics and engineering and stuff. Okay, these desks really aren't ending up being that different or unique, but they're different enough to me, okay? And I know what I was going for. Maybe I could get some fun wallpaper in here. Is that cool or is it ugly? It's definitely really tight. It's a very small room, so wallpaper kind kind of works in there. I think it helps bring it all together, actually. Okay, upstairs, there's a couple boring things that have to be taken care of. Number one, the bathroom. I'm tempted to pick a more fun tile. I actually really like that color combination. Then I can use a yellow bathrobe in honor of the yellow that I got rid of. And that should be fully functional. And then we have the hallway, which I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with yet. So I think I'll actually do the bedroom first and then come back to the hallway. This is my favorite rug in the entire game. I don't know if I should use it in here, but I could probably at least use it somewhere, like maybe in the hallway or something. It totally matches the vibes, or at least it matches the color scheme. My Sims don't have a pet yet, so they don't currently have a cat, but I kind of like the idea of them getting a cat. So maybe I should decorate the place now in preparation for the future cat. All right, the hallway is officially the cat's room, and I no longer have any space for my robotics machine. I didn't really think this part through. There's nowhere for it to go. I mean, if we really wanted to, we could probably steal some space from the neighbor's house. Like, really, who's gonna stop us? Or I could just put it outside. Both good options. I've always thought that this bed from Eco Lifestyle looks so cozy because of the layered blankets. Oh my goodness, I need a thermostat. I almost forgot about that too. Oh, you know what? Maybe this room is our time to use this rug that I wanted to use downstairs, but I didn't. Look at how big this is. Where are you supposed to use this? Oh my god. I'm doing it. I'm stealing some space from the next door neighbors. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really wasn't planning on doing this. Can we pretend that it's like their closet? I need it. I won't put anything else in here, okay? I'll leave it completely empty. This is exclusively for my robotics machine. I really, really, really need my robotics machine. Why is it? Oh no. The lighting is so ugly. Oh, maybe I should get a telescope. What if my sim dies from that? What then? Sorry, that's not funny. I really shouldn't even joke about that. We shouldn't even put that possibility out there. Oh, yikes. That's way worse than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, how about this light green color instead? I think everyone should still be able to walk around through here. Oh, this will be cute. I've got space to put some home photos. I probably should have added in more stuff like that around anyway, because this is my legacy challenge save. So like, if I've got family photos in any save file, it's this one. Maybe I'll put some in here too. This candle is from the bathroom clutter kit. I mean, you would never think that like a person would buy that kit specifically for a candle, but that is by far my most used thing out of that whole pack. Okay, I switched the layout around a little bit. I've got a dresser now with a full mirror above it. And then I was kind of picturing this area becoming like a little reading nook, maybe. The walls are very tall in here, so I'm kind of struggling with what all to put. Part of me wants to get a giant dresser just so I have like some big furniture to fill in a wall, but I don't know, it kind of looks weird. Never mind, I switched it to bookcases instead. I'm doing built-in bookcases because clearly this house does not have enough books. This is getting kind of ridiculous. I just tried to type the cheat inside of the search panel. I was searching testing cheats on. No, that's not right. I want to get one of these little robots. Because one of the Sims is into robotics. Isn't that kind of cute to have like a little robot in our bedroom? Oh, it's kind of clipping with the mirror. And now we just got to try to fill in all the rest of the shelves. Oh, I forgot about this little stack of books. That might be kind of cute to use. I feel like I should leave some of the shelving empty for when I actually move the Sims in. Because once the Sims live in here, I'm gonna have like all of their old home clutter stuff to add in. This could be cute to put in the bathroom. Okay, I don't know what to put above the bed. That's kind of the last thing I have to do, and I'm struggling. Oh, no, I have to do this robotics room too. Oops. Some shelves will be nice. Honestly, a little rug of some sort where they stand is probably good. This is a Bot Savant's membership poster. If we're only freshly out of college, oh, I didn't even notice it was clipping in the wall. But if we're only freshly out of college, we probably still would have some college memorabilia. Oh, no, hold on. These blueprints are like way cooler. Sorry, never mind. Maybe I'll leave it like that. So we've got some space to grow. And then I have to go back. I never added a pet bowl either. I'll stick the pet's auto feeder kind of in the corner because they can't use this counter anyway. We'll try and focus on preparing food on this counter instead. And I think that's the whole interior of the house done. So we have a couple additional things we want to add. I kind of love the idea of making this into a little bit of a rooftop garden. So I might put some planter boxes up here. Do you think it would be weird if there was a hose mounted on the wall of the roof? Maybe not. Maybe that's kind of normal. In case it wasn't clear, I have not lived on a place that has a rooftop like this before, so I don't really know what to add. I think that's kind of simple. And then maybe we could put just some chairs on the rest. Oh, I need a trash can too. I'll fix that once I landscape. What would happen if I sized up and then kind of alt place some of these lights lights. So it looks almost like I've hung them on the wall. I don't know, isn't that kind of weird? I like the idea of fairy lights. I don't like those particular fairy lights. I could get a little trellis. That might be a nice touch to have some more greenery. And then maybe last edition, we could use one of these little game tables so they can play puzzles and stuff. Oh my God, I want to put a bike in the front yard. Okay, sorry, I'm spending way too much money. That little flower pot's kind of a cute way to have some more stuff. That does look a little bit dangerous, but the rooftop can probably be done. The absolute last thing I want to do is get some trees and some additional landscaping. I might just use some of the trees that come with high school years debug because it kind of blends in a bit better that way. I'll add a few things like some of these little bushes to finish off the lot too. And now, okay, this is gonna sound really weird, but I'm wondering if I can maybe build some sort of fake flower box. These are like little flat roof piece things from Cottage Living. And what I'm doing is just building a little square right there so that there's some trim around it. And then I can maybe put some plants. We can try and like rotate them around a little bit too, so it looks like they're not all the exact same. And that just gives us a little something extra there in the front. And I can still have this mailbox that I liked. Maybe I'll give the neighbor a bike just so it looks like they've actually got something. Because the neighbor's yard is a bit boring. All right, if I have these two little chairs, maybe I should have a grill too. The grill might be a good way to put something kind of blocking the weird trim there. And we don't have a proper dining table, so this is kind of cute because then we have space to invite people over. Maybe I'll get a couple outdoor lights. Yeah, that starter home ship has really sailed, huh? The fact that I set out genuinely thinking it was gonna be a starter home is kind of funny. I thought it was gonna be like 30,000 simoleons maybe. This is so expensive. This isn't even remotely the kind of budget that I was going for. It's kind of fun to have like expensive stuff sometimes. What if I put the trash can in the neighbor's front yard and I just used theirs instead of my own? Nobody lives there, so like, does it really matter? There are no neighbors. Everything about this is completely pretend. Oh my goodness, we have to use this. That is so cute. I'll get a cute little doormat too. But with that, I think the whole build is done. So as a quick little tour, this side is ours. We have a little front yard with a grill and a table. When you come in, we've got a living room and a kitchen. We don't have a proper dining table. It's just an eat-in kitchen so they can sit here at these stools. The cat eats in here too. We've got a shared office for my Sims. And then upstairs, we've got a little cat room, one bathroom, one bedroom, a sneaky robotics area that I stole from the neighbors. And then we have a door to the outside where we can go use the telescope and maybe die or get onto the rooftop, which, oh my goodness, I totally forgot to get rid of this. It was almost not functional. And then you can get onto the rooftop where we have a garden and like a little games table. And I'll probably add more to this as my Sims get some more money, but I just wanted it to be there with the basics. But I guess at this point, this house is not basic at all. It's in fact 68,000 simoleons. Oh my God. I thought it was gonna be 30. Okay, that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. I am a little embarrassed by that. It's okay. My Sims deserve the best. The lighting on this lot is also absolutely terrible. I don't really know if there's a better time. There we go. I've put it on the gallery. It is really expensive and only one bedroom and one bathroom. Obviously the second one isn't furnished. I don't really have any desire to furnish this next one because functionally, one, it makes the house more expensive, and two, no one's gonna live there. We're kind of pretending that it's got neighbors. This is like a fake townhouse. It's a fake apartment. I do this a lot in my legacy challenges. I've got a Not So Berry series that I'm playing on Twitch, and in that one, I built an entire fake apartment building a couple years ago, and I lived on the second floor of it. So it's all pretend. We're doing the best that we can with what we have, and what we have in The Sims 4 is this. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned because in a couple of days, I'm gonna post the I guess finale of our university Let's Play because we're graduating, and then we will move out here and start playing on Short Lifespan again, and everything is going to be extremely chaotic and kind of fun. If you haven't seen that series, you don't really need to watch like the next stuff. It's all kind of like little pockets of new mini series within, because all the original Sims are gonna be dead. Like, you don't need to worry about that. You can just start now, start fresh. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. I like the little rooftop area. I think it's weird how the other half has a regular roof. In real life, this would probably be like multiple in a row, but we only have space for two, and this is fine. It's cute.